Hi, my name is Daniela Núñez. I'm going to talk about some tips to teach object, direct, indirect, and oblique. It is a topic very important of the syntax and grammatical teaching. And I will explain with examples so that students can easily understand this topic. What is grammar functions? The direct, indirect, and oblique object is a very useful grammar topic. These main phrases in a large majority of verbs are presented with their own characteristics and grammatical composition. To avoid difficulties or confusions in students, there are some themes to teach these functions. Direct object is a person or thing that is directly affected by the action of the verb. It can be said that the direct object receives the action of the verb. Tips for teaching this function. In a dialogue of ideas with examples, identify the direct object of the sentences by asking questions such as, who is the subject in the sentence? What is he or she doing? What is he or she making? For example, Pablo told the truth for whole cart. What did Pablo say? What is the subject, Pablo? What is he doing? He is saying something. What is he making? He is telling the truth. In this example, the truth is the direct object of the sentence. Number 2, in a sentence list, the direct object can be identified and pointed out by asking the verb what to help visualize the composition of the elements of the sentence. The structure, subject plus verb plus object plus complement. There are many examples. I drink milk every morning. What drink? Milk. What prepares pasta? What writes leather? What builds a house? These tips can help students determine if a person or thing is the object of the sentence, discover who or what receives the action of the verb through an order of ideas or questions. Similarly, through search and visual direction, it makes it possible to correctly recognize the object direct in a group of sentences. Indirect object. It is a person or thing to which the action is done. It is placed directly before the indirect object. It can be said that the indirect object is the receiver of the direct object. Tips for teaching this function. 1. After an oral explanation, tell the students how to identify the direct object of a sentence through questions such as, who is the subject? What did he or she does? What for who? For example, Elena bought a fragrance for her boyfriend. What did Elena buy? Who is the subject? Elena. What did she does? She bought something. What? A fragrance. For who? For her boyfriend. In this case, for her boyfriend is the indirect object of the sentence. Tips number 2, the creation of own sentence, followed by an example of an indirect object guided by the visual structural grammatical model and asked to be the verb to whom or for whom. The structure is subject plus verb plus direct object plus indirect object. For example, I give flowers to my mother. For whom? To my mother. The students can write other examples. These tips can help the students discover the indirect object of a sentence through a breakdown of questions, which gives an indication of who the person or thing is receiving the action. On the other hand, through the formulation of sentences, it allows the personal contribution and identify the object indirect and their own examples. Oblique object, also called indirect object, but it occurs in a prepositional phrase. That is, it is a grammatical case that is normally used in a noun or pronoun that is not the subject of the sentence. Tips for teaching these functions. 1. In a discussion, an introduction to the topic shall how to identify the object in a sentence through questions such as, what is a noun or pronoun of the sentence? What did? What? He drove a hook truck. What did he drive? What is the pronoun? In this case, he. What did? Drove. What? A hook truck. In this example, a hook truck is the oblique object of the pronoun he in the sentence. Tips number 2. Students can be given a prepositional phrase sheet with a graphic that helps to visualize the oblique object, rewriting the noun phrase or complement of the sentence and following the main example, asking the verb what or by who. She was bitten by a dog, rewriting by the dog. For whom? Other examples, my mom got me a dress they bought red wine. These tips would facilitate students in grammar activities by applying question in past sentences to easily identify the prepositional event and define the oblique object in a sentence. With graphics representing the message in the examples, learners can find the oblique object and rewrite it. Okay, I'm finished my work, my contribution. I hope you serve these tips to teach the different objects in the sentences. Thank you. See you soon.